I am in the middle of absolutely nowhere. I'm up in the mountains in the countryside, and I've come here this afternoon to see one thing: an abandoned children's hospital in the middle of the Costa Rican countryside. We'll go and see what's meant to be one of the most haunted places in the entire country. Gracias. So one thing I noticed about today is very windy up here. It's quite cold in the mountains too, down in San Jose. I was getting a bit of a sweat on because it was warm, but up here it's very cool. Welcome to the Sanatorio Durán. This is basically an abandoned children's hospital. There's been a few different things over the years, but it was opened by a guy called Duran whose daughter had TB, and in an effort to cure it, he ended up building this. I think it was 1916 or 1918, and he chose this destination in the middle of nowhere because of the good weather, the fresh air, and the natural light. And I mean, he was not wrong about the air here. It's take my mask off to actually breathe the real stuff. The air is super fresh up here, and obviously with that being a respiratory condition, he probably thought, that would be for the best. And then I think that developed into being like a children's hospital, and then when that stopped being endemic and stuff, this turned into a bit of like a mental institution, and apparently it was taken over, I think, by the church, or ran by sisters of the church, and I think it's meant to be haunted by the ghosts of the children and the sisters and the staff that died here. So with that in mind, we'll head inside, and we'll go and have a little look around the property. As you can see, it has been sort of partially restored to make it a bit of a tourist attraction, but a lot of the stuff is still kind of abandoned, and looks how it would have looked decades ago. You look at the windows here, Jesus, you just like know some bad things have happened in this place. One thing that always looks a bit odd in my opinion, I imagine it'll be this way when you go to like Chernobyl or something like that. It's like, an abandoned playground. So you've got here like a swing set and a slide from what the kids probably would have played on back in the day, and it just makes me think of, like, that famous shot of Chernobyl with the abandoned fair. You just think this should be a place, where kids are playing, enjoying themselves, having a laugh. And like I say, it's some abandoned haunted site now. Oh, this will give us an even better view. Yeah, so there's people that obviously have been inside here, because there's a load of graffiti on the walls. Maybe that's why they closed it off, because people were coming in here and vandalising it. I mean, there's not much to vandalise, but according to the leaflet I've been given, this is like a protected historical site here in Costa Rica, so I can understand why they want to maybe preserve it, but it's certainly a cool place to come and explore if you're ever here. One thing this did turn into in its later years, in the 70s I believe, was a prison. So I don't know whether this door and this setup is kind of prison-esque from the prison era, but yeah, it's not just an abandoned children's hospital in the middle of the Costa Rican countryside, it's also an abandoned an old abandoned prison as well. So there's a lot of weird stuff, or a lot of weird uses that it's had over the years, but obviously today it's just a tourist attraction. And if you look around, I mean, like, the scenery here is unbelievable. You can see why Dr. Duran opened a place here to heal his daughter and to heal other kids. So here's a little look underneath the building. Not really much going on. I wonder if to ever punish the kids they sent them down here or anything. It'd be interesting to know, or to have been here at the time to see the kind of things that have been going on. But yeah, it's not somewhere I'd want to be after sunset, I don't think. I don't feel like it's haunted now. It doesn't feel that way to me. It feels quite chilled. Oh my god, look at them lizards. Yeah, look at that. Wow. I don't know if you can see running along there. One thing Costa Rica is known for is its wildlife, so I'm not surprised to see something like that here. What have we got around here? Shit myself then. Whew, absolutely shit myself. A gust of wind blew that, like the plastic sheeting on the window. Oh, they made me jump. Oh my god. It's a shame they've closed it off really, because it would probably be good to go and have a little look inside. But if you look at how sort of ramshackle the building is, it doesn't surprise me they don't let people in, because I mean, it's very old, very dated, probably very dangerous. You know, if you've got a lot of people walking in, you don't want tourists, you know, stepping on some dodgy floorboards and falling through and injuring themselves and then trying to sue you. So I don't really blame them for not being open. Here we are. We'll step over here, get a decent look at what's going on inside. Some obviously some newer graffiti, not from back in the day, and it's all protected by barbed wire. So I reckon this used to be open, because if you look here, there's like a green arrow, or sorry, there's a green plaque with a white arrow on it, and that's kind of like an emergency exit sign. So I presume that at some point this was open to the public, and now they've just closed it off and thought we're not going to bother with this, which, you know, I kind of get. But yeah, it's a shame we can't go inside. We've just got to look through the bars of a window and get the creepiness from out here. Maybe it really is haunted and you want to save people from the ghosts. But there is a lot of creepy stuff here. Like, even like you look at the trail of glass here, almost as like a deterrent for people getting too close to the building. I haven't said you can't get inside. There is one bit you might actually be able to go in, and that's here. This is this like corridor, wing, whatever you want to call it, leading up to the main building. So we'll go in and we'll see. Oh, this is kind of cool. So we can get inside it. It's not completely off limits. I don't know how far around you can get, if you can get into the building that way. I doubt it, with it saying that it's prohibited. But this is obviously, this presumably is some of the older, you know, like the tile work, flooring and stuff, because that looks a bit more retro. And then obviously you've got here like your graffiti from people that have probably come and visited over the years, and for some reason just thought they'd leave the mark on the place. We'll go down here, we'll take a look, see how far around we can get. I don't think it's looking very good. You've got a lot of like iron sheeting on here, which doesn't really give us a very good view of anything here. But over there, I can just lift the GoPro up, let you have a look from the reverse angle. But unfortunately, this sign says it all. Do not enter. And I suppose that's fair enough. It's quite a grand building really when you look at it. The columns and the tiling and the walls, and like the outside, I know it's like kind of wood, well, wood slash concrete, but it's not a bad little piece of architecture. This, however, is where it gets a little bit creepy. Now, I have no idea whether these are like original handprints from years and years ago, or whether it is graffiti from more recent times, but as it's like an abandoned kids hospital and it's meant to be haunted by the ghosts of all the kids who visited it, kind of yeah, kind of a bit of a weird thing to come and look at. But if you take a look at like the handprints and stuff, I mean, that's my hand compared to one of them, and that's a small handprint, so that would make me think that that was from a kid. Maybe it's from the ghost of a kid, who knows. It's whatever it is, it's very a little, well, not very unsettling, a little unsettling. Is that Donald Trump, maybe? And then these look like some of the old rooms that the patients would have had. There's one, there's another. Yeah, like when you come in here, you just think, you know, some kid, or maybe it was like a cell and the prison opened. You think some like inmate was in here or something, and this is the bathroom that they had to use. Jesus. That's seen better days, I think. At least that had running water, I suppose. Ah, there you go. Dormitorio de enfermeras. So patient rooms, basically. And this one is quite big. You got a lot of nice lighting in here. This one doesn't feel as airy. This one feels a lot more chilled. I think it's just because there's a lot more light, area, brighter. You don't feel like you're in an abandoned children's hospital, you feel like you're more in an abandoned home or something like that. Oh, there's even an upstairs. We're definitely going up here. And seeing where this leads us. I'm glad there is a bit you can go in. So it's obviously the old house, maybe it's the first building you can't go in. And then the expansion bit, you can. We got more rooms. God, it's massive, isn't it? Jesus. So you obviously got this huge room. And then out here, you got this little one. We're going to take a look at the view. I wonder what it was like at the time. I wonder if the patients felt creeped out by it, or whether it was fairly chilled, and it was because it was such a nice setting outside. It wasn't really seen as anything bad. God, things that make me jump in here, the animals. There's like a little bird there, just hopping around. And then this part, the Sanatorio Pacientes. So well, I'm guessing we're probably toilets for the patients, possibly bathing facilities, and then obviously sink to wash your hands in. So this is very much what it would have been like at the time. Like I say, I reckon the toilets were here, so it seems like you would have had a door going across, and then these seem more open, so I'm guessing these were kind of washing areas. Yeah, you can see the little pipe up here, so the water would have come onto them. And then obviously if you'd been to the toilet, sinks to wash the hands with. So just come in this bathroom down here, downstairs, and you can see some of the like squatting pans that they used to have. Another one there, another one there. I wouldn't want to use them myself. I don't know how people squat down. So like, I don't know like the logistics of it to use a toilet. I mean, these people must be well versed in it. No, in Asia it's a big thing, but yeah, I literally don't trust myself to use them really. I don't know how you'd. I mean, go from number one's fine, but go from number two, how do you like aim? No idea. And this is the grand entrance I'm walking out of now. So this is like I showed you from the top. People would have driven up, been dropped off here, and I come to begin their life at the Sanatorio Durán. This looks like it might be in the prison complex, or the main part of it, because you've got like a little watchtower over here with some speakers on it, where presumably guards would have once stood. And now you've got some like nice graffiti on there, and the green land and the blue sky provide the perfect backdrop. Yeah, God, this is a little creepy, but up here, so if you look, like the first floor all looks abandoned, the second floor's got all like glass and curtains and stuff, so I presume there's something still up here. It does say you can't go further than this, but just to give you some indication, you can come up to the second floor, you just can't get any further than that. It'd be interesting to know what's up here now. Maybe it's just the people that like maintain the site live here. I don't know what on earth is going on here. These look like they could have been maybe solitary confinement cells, something like that. There's nothing really in them. You got a couple here, one there and another one there. They look like maybe if you'd have been behaving badly, you would have had a stint in one of them. But what a view that is to come out to. Whew. If anyone's wondering how I got here, I took an Uber from San Jose, which is where I'm staying, which is the capital city of Costa Rica. It cost about 14 or 15 pounds, which in dollars is roughly about 18 or 19. So it wasn't the cheapest, but the drive is over an hour. It's through some of the windiest roads I've ever seen, on the edge of a mountain top. All you've got to do is one wrong move and we're goners, but the drive was dead sound. Got some incredible views on the way, so it was definitely worth every penny. And it saved me having to faff around with the buses in the morning. It was just a direct way of getting here. Now I don't know how I'm going to get back, because I don't think I have Wi-Fi here, so I'm going to have to get a bus into like the local town called Tierra Blanca, and then from there maybe a bus into the sort of next biggest city from San Jose, which is Cartago. and then either a bus or a train from there to San Jose, and that's all if I can't get an Uber. So we'll give Uber a go. If not, it's not the end of the world. And look at this. I mentioned it about it being a farm area before, and here we've got some cows just grazing, chilling on this Friday afternoon. Look pretty peaceful. Something lab. Not happy. Don't want to be on the vlog, no. Worth a try. Obviously you can't, well, we can't get through to them, they can't get through to us because of this barbed wire. But it's nice to just come and have a little look at them. Cartago or no? No. Cartago, sí. Gracias. ¿Verdad? Gracias. Okay. I managed to get the bus all the way to Cartago, Costa Rica's third largest city, and enjoyed the scenery en route. In Cartago there's a big railway station where I planned on taking the train back to the capital. Unfortunately for me though, it was closed. I had no idea how to get back, but a friendly local pointed me in the right direction of the bus station, and I was able to catch the bus for a reasonable sum back to San Jose. We're nearing the end of my Central American series now, but there are still a couple of videos to go, so get subscribing to my channel to make sure you don't miss them. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, and as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.